Hello, it's Owen Rose's dad. I was just wondering if I'd be able to have a word with somebody. Obviously quietly. This won't be like on the phone. Obviously the children, yeah, I'm not like that. I just need to speak to somebody who actually is willing to talk about this thing. If you could just find somebody who knows about the tests, so I can have a meaningful, grown-up discussion about what's going on, because nobody seems to know and nobody's willing to discuss anything with me. I've been told on the phone it's not your duty to know these things because I've had a history teacher say that, even though history's clearly repeating itself. I've had a pastor saying that, somebody who's responsible for the kids' welfare and well-being, says it's nothing to do with him. Says that you're not allowed to question what the government says. But did you know about the ethylene oxide that these tests are sterilised in? Do you know what ethylene oxide is? It's a cancer-causing agent that has already been dragged through the court systems when it was then being used. So you get swabbed if you go for those things, yeah? Women, yeah? 20 times a year is the maximum you get swabbed or something, yeah? I mean, in your lifetime. Most men never get swabbed, okay? You're swabbing children twice a week with ethylene oxide, a cancer-causing agent. Have you noticed an increase in cancer adverts for children on the telly? You haven't. So you don't watch TV. It strikes me as odd that none of you watch TV when you tell me the things you tell me on the phone. But my bottom line is, like, look, my kid doesn't even do these tests. My kid won't get this vaccine, but this vaccine, let's talk about that for a second. If it doesn't stop you getting it, and it doesn't stop you spreading it, by definition, it isn't a vaccine, is it? Is it? Do you know how the PCR test works? Do you know who Carrie Mullis is? The man who invented it does a video explaining why you shouldn't use it to detect coronaviruses because it gives false positives. That's the man who invented the test. Now I'm watching you test all these children. I know why. This is not a public service anymore, it is a business. This school is run like a business for monetary purposes, and you get monetary incentives for every test that you submit. Did you know that? Did you know that? I just want to know if you know that. You should be alarmed by what I'm telling you. Children can develop cancer in their lungs, not can, in fact, will definitely, without doubt, with being exposed to ethylene oxide. It is dangerous to human health. It's been dragged through the court systems before, and that was just being used in the workplace. People handling it a couple of times. This is...
How are you?
I'm alright, yeah. This is about... So have you come to see me about what's going on?
Yeah, I'll come and... Owen's, are you getting on as well?
I am as well, yeah.
Yeah, go
until
on,
this is sorted. But I just want to know what's going on. So however, then what do you know about this test? About the ethylene oxide in the test. Do you know what ethylene oxide is?
You explained on the phone.
Right, so have you, once I explained on the phone, bear in mind you have a duty of care to all these children in this school, did you then go and look? Did you look?
What I'll do is...
So you didn't?
Obviously, because I know you...
My phone, look at me mate, my phone's just popping on it, nothing of the sort.
What's your language? Because there's children...
So basically though, what you've just stated to me there, that's not very reassuring either. You won't say anything on camera. I'm not on camera, mate. The bottom line is though, do you know what ethylene oxide is? Do you know that this test is dipped in it? It's not your area of field, but when you've got a duty of care for every child in this school, right? Once them gates are crossed by that kid, you should be looking after them. I've told you that there's a danger in those tests. Do you know those tests got dragged through the court system when they were being used 20 times in a lifetime on women, and none on men, for the dangers, for the health hazards for humans. And now you're sticking them up a kid's nose. And most of the point, you know the criminality in it. Do you know how I know you know? Because you're getting the kids to test themselves. So you're washing your hands of the whole thing, aren't you?
That's not my thing.
That's not your thing. What do you mean, mate? You're a teacher. Do you have a duty of care over these children?
We follow government guidelines.
You follow government guidelines, so you're not allowed to question the government.
That's not
Does that not alarm you? Does that not alarm you?
That's not my rule.
It's not your rule, but does it not alarm you?
It's not my rule.
It's not your rule, okay. Are you bothered about the kids' care, health, safety?
That's
why haven't you looked into these things then? There's so much, you know, you won't hear about this. I'll show you on my phone. There's a million people marched in London, man, mate. Doctors, teachers, everything. Marched in London, right, to say one thing. In fact, you know what it is? It's pointless even showing you, so just